Welcome to the Cat Builder Talk radio show with your host, small business expert, Mark Parham. Real talk with real people talking about real issues facing small business and our community today. Join us every Monday evening starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. To be a guest or for more information, go to capbuildertalk.com. Post comments on facebook.com/Cap Builder Network. Enjoy the show.
Hey, good evening. This is Mark Parham, host of the Cat Builder Talk radio show. Real talk about small business in our community. You know, I'm here kind of periodically now. It used to be every week, but now we're doing special shows, and we have a special show for you today. But I want to tell you something. As we're getting towards the end of the year, I'm going to make it my business to have a lot more shows that are going to talk about how to prepare for the end of the year. And what are some of the things you can do? Like one of the things we're going to talk about tonight, Kickstarter. I'm going to bring up the flyer for the night. We're going to be talking about how to use Kickstarter to grow your business and impact the community. All these crowdfunding campaigns and websites are not equal. Some of them are used for very specific things, and that's what we're going to talk about tonight. So I tell you what, I'm gonna go real quick here to go back up here. I want to talk about my book. I dropped a book on Amazon, about my stroke recovery. You're going to be hearing more about this. I'm going to send it out to you. But I want you to get this book for yourself or get it for someone that you know is going through something, because we all go through something. My book is kind of written for men, but we're going to talk about that later because I really want to get to talking about what we got to do for right now to help you understand Kickstarter. So I'm going to take a quick break, and I'll be back, and then we'll get this show started.
If you're watching this with your friends, you'll probably make a joke.
Because you know what you feel on the inside
isn't what you want people to know.
If you have to pretend to be happy,
find someone you trust and tell them.
If you get mad at things and you don't know why, or have thoughts about hurting yourself,
find someone you trust and tell them.
You are never alone when you share.
Seriously, people care about you.
It's okay to not understand what you're feeling.
And it's easy to think that you're all alone.
But you don't have to be.
You're never alone when you share.
Don't be ashamed to tell someone you trust what you're feeling.
You're not alone.
You are not alone.
Find someone you trust and tell them.
Tell a parent.
Tell a teacher. Tell a brother or sister.
Or just tell a friend.
You haven't done anything wrong.
Talk to someone.
Talk to someone.
It's how things get better.
Your host, Mark Parham. Real talk.
Hey, this is Mark, and I'm back. We're going to start having this conversation about Kickstarter
in our community today.
And I want you to hear everything that we got going on tonight. So I'm going to go through just something real quick. What is Kickstarter? Of course, I Googled it, go to Google University, and I went there, and it said Kickstarter is a funding platform for creative projects. Everything from films, games, music, to art, design, technology. A lot of people doing very imaginative projects, and they're brought to life through the direct support of others. And that's what this crowdfunding is all about, really. It's people helping people. All right. We've been doing crowdfunding in the church for a long time, so now we're doing it online. So the first question I'm going to bring up tonight is, what is Kickstarter and how do I use it? And I'm going to bring my man about town, Dr. Martin Pratt, in to talk about Kickstarter, how we use it. I would read his bio. It's really longer than this, but I just put the abbreviated version here, and but I'm going to bring Martin in. Hey, man, how you doing?
Hey, Doc. You know what, Brother Parham, I really appreciate you, and I appreciate all you do for our community in Atlanta and Georgia, and honestly nationwide. I've been a part of what your work means.
You know what? You're a part of it. You're the one that got me started.
Well,
yeah, but you really are the one that got me started. Back, I don't know how many years ago when we did that
platform.
Yeah, platform event. Yeah, you got me started. Put gear down and start broadcasting.
I mean, I would like to take credit for that, but I would say that you and sister by the name of Dryer Buzz, I was looking for people in Atlanta that were actually doing things in media that the grassroots were listening to. And so that is something that really has been consistent with you. And, I don't think you were at the Urban League when I met you, but I'm not sure. But I mean,
no, they were always a client, but I wasn't on staff at that time.
Right. And so, a lot of the things that maybe newer listeners may not realize is that Mark and myself were Blog Talk radio hosts. And so I don't say overstand the importance of local media, but then digital. Now everything is digital. But back when we talked, people would look down on the online radio streaming platform. It was like, oh, you're on Blog Talk.
Yeah, I know.
Now everybody has a podcast. Now everybody's recording.
Yeah.
So I'm in that same space of finding local folks who actually are on the ground and doing things, which helps build your audience, but also helps you really hone into this locale or this energy of the space. So like when in Atlanta, you have a lot, or Georgia, we'll say, we have a lot of folks who are possible Kickstarter projects. Kickstarter, when it first started, was really around products and services. Physical products, not so much around like creative projects, whether that's film, whether that's music.
Give me an example of like when it first got started. What were people using it for?
If you wanted to do like say a new frying pan, or this was around the same time that Shark Tank was starting to reach its height, and there was another show out of New York that was on Hulu, or still on Hulu. That was an idea invention show. And really, you didn't have spaces. There was no GoFundMe, nothing like that. And just to back up, a lot of people may not remember, but the ATM card with our ATM Visa MasterCard logo, that's a relatively under 30-year advancement in financial payments, particularly because back in the day, in the 90s, we had an ATM card, but it wasn't a debit card. Mm-hmm. And what pushed that really was iGen came out with prepaid Visa and MasterCards you could buy and put money on at Walmart, like Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, and Duane Reade. And the reason they did that was because people were trying to do electronic transfer payments, and then PayPal. So when you think about fundraising and raising money online, it's a relatively young endeavor. I mean, I say young, I mean, young for me is something under 20 years or 25 years old. And what that means is that every 5 years is kind of a newer thing that happens. So thanks to President Obama, we have the Jobs Act, and I believe that started in 2016. And before the Jobs Act, a Kickstarter program or a Indiegogo program was something that most people shied away from, unless it was like a Georgia Tech startup, or there were several Georgia Tech drone projects that were funded on Kickstarter, but definitely not somebody's book, and not really somebody's movie either. So because of those things, And because of the way Kickstarter is designed and set up, Kickstarter really started to being very popular, and they changed their format as a company that now is known as a benefits corporation. So Kickstarter is embracing everybody. You can have a podcast, you can have a magazine, you can have a book launch, you can have all kind of things can happen on Kickstarter. And because of that, um, it's made folks like me, it made my job finding as a strategist to help authors or to help anybody looking to fundraise a creative project. It's made my job a lot easier.
So I mean, so when we say create, see, I didn't know this until I really started looking into this. I thought all these crowdfunding platforms are the same, but this looks like it's focused on, creative projects, books, and things like that. Is that a true statement?
No, I would say that hey, it's probably 70-30 for products and 30% creative.
Okay.
But I would say that it's definitely a strong, you know, uh, a strong second or third, coming up like really strong. We have Oriana is the head of publishing for Kickstarter. I was fortunate to meet her when she was a different position at Kickstarter, and my wife and I actually we were invited out to Kickstarter in 2018 or 2019. And Kickstarter is located in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, and it was a very good day. I had a lot of other creators there, and one thing they really drilled in our head is that they're open to the creative process.
Okay.
And the head of publishing now, when I met her, she was one of the folks that was really pushing. Let's take all of the book projects or all the movie projects, and let's make sure that we pass them out to people who are interested in them. And so they started to see a lot of success with that, meaning like, and I think it's probably, the traffic to the book projects or to creative projects, probably smaller traffic. Uh, Initially, it was back then.
Mm-hmm.
Now they've had some multi-million dollar deals done on Kickstarter. The difference with Kickstarter, I will just say real quick for everybody to understand, is that if your project is not fully funded, the money goes back to the people who pledged it. So they don't take.
Say that one more time, one more again for us.
Sure.
We'll get there.
If your project is not fully funded,
give me an example. Say I was trying to raise $5,000, and so
right,
you're saying
$4,997.
And if I don't get the 5,000, it's refunded back to the
and technically the cards aren't charged. Then they ran. Well, getting really details. Your backers, how they back, they're not being charged at that moment, but when the project is fully funded.
Okay, so until I get to that $5,000 or whatever I made my project size,
right?
That's when I collect it all. That's when I receive it, and that's when it comes out of the other account.
Correct.
But if I don't get the 5,000, it goes back to the people that tried to help me.
Right. Exactly. And so you can decide, right then and there, what you're going to do. Meaning, like, I'm sorry. Before you start the project, you need to decide: am I going to do the project for 30 days, 45 days, 60 days?
Gotcha.
And that'll help you with. I mean, there's a lot more that goes into it. But my main reason, for coming on your show and to inform the audience about Kickstarter and the opportunity is that I think we're going to enter a little bit of the good and the bad at the same time period. So we know housing is going where it's going. We also know that reportedly banks are going to start pulling tighter on loans. The Black community under attack for giving for anything that's positive financially coming to Black folks specifically. That's being targeted by two different groups. So the liquidity being liquid to be able to have cash and to be able to make moves and to have investments, that's going to be more difficult. And
So you're saying that Kickstarter could be, you're talking about, remember back in the day we used to have the Susie and
yes,
things
exactly.
like that where we supported each other. So you're saying Kickstarter is a way that we can support each other in business.
Right.
Okay. And so you got a guest coming on.
Yes, Miss Gloria.
Yeah, Miss Gloria. So, should I start talking about her story first or should we bring her in?
Yeah, we should bring her in.
Let's bring her in. I'm going to add her to the team. Hold on, I want to do a slide first. Hold on. I want to talk about, let's see, go back to this. And so we're going to have Gloria come in. She's going to talk about how she used Kickstarter to sell her book. She developed the book. I have her website all up and ready to go. So I'm going to bring her into the conversation here. I'm going to add her to the stage. And
hello, everyone.
Hey, Gloria. Hey, Gloria, how you doing?
I'm great. How about yourself? And thank you for having me.
All right. So why don't you introduce yourself, Gloria?
Okay. Well, my name is Gloria J. Warren. I am from Atlanta, graduate of Morris Brown College and Liberty University. I have a master's degree in human service counseling and criminal justice. I'm a former police officer. I've written 3 books, worked with autism children, behavior specialists, and that's about it.
That's about it. But she's an author and a family support advocate. She had worked with family and children in crisis for over 20 years. So she's been doing her thing. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to go back to your book here. Tell us about this book.
Okay, so Kai and Kyle's siblings living in foster care. Often when I was a police officer, I would always come in contact with social workers. So we would have to deprive a child and assist them with that process. Then later I became a case manager myself for Child Protective Services. So what I notice is that a lot of times when children are placed in foster care, they don't have a tool, or foster parents don't have a tool when these children are coming to their homes. And so they experience anxiety, you have behavior challenges. And this is what caused me to actually want to write this book, among also me being a foster parent as well, and working with children with behavior challenges and those other foster parents.
Right. Hey, Ms. Gloria. So thank you. One of the things I liked about what your book stood for or stands for is that it's a sibling. Can you tell us a little bit about the challenges in foster care when it comes to siblings?
Sure. So a lot of times siblings are separated during the transition. It may be due to behavior problems. It may be the fact that the foster parent has not been given tools to help them with these type of challenges. So they're separated. They may be 2 hours away, and and that's sad to say, and the system has to do better with that. But that is one of the major problems, that a lot of times the foster parents are having issues with the children acting out because they are separated. And that was definitely a concern of mine, even when working in the field with Division of Family Children Services.
So you wrote a book, and how did you guys hook up about the Kickstarter?
Well, Ms. Gloria is in a book program that is around making sure that authors can sell their books in bulk. And as a consummate entrepreneur and visionary, Ms. Gloria doesn't just have the book. She also has emotional support dolls. She also has the ability, because of the way this book is written, is something that agencies would be interested in, because the agency is going to want to help the children transition, but also the fostering parent. Mm-hmm. So for me, Miss Gloria's project was definitely something that was a unique opportunity because with Kickstarter, you can also, one of the rewards is people can buy they can pledge to buy a certain amount, like say $250 worth or 500. And Miss Gloria is going to make sure that Georgia-based foster agencies get donations of her book to to the different young people that are in their agency or they have care of. And I think that's one of the bigger things with Kickstarter is that it helps you not just frame out, hey, go buy my book, but it takes the pledge, the person who pledges to help you, it takes them on a journey with you as an author. And I'm happy to say that, a project I'm launching called Black Solutions is really going out there and letting people know about Miss Gloria's book. And one of the solutions we want to be able to do is fully fund her project. So I'm in the midst of getting the funds together now so that tomorrow at 1:00, we'll be able to say Miss Gloria is fully funded.
All right. So tell me this. I brought up the Kickstarter page. So let's just kind of look at what am I looking at?
Well, if you click on...
First, let me ask you this, Miss Gloria. Did you decide to use this to raise a certain amount of money? I see you have here. Your goal is $3,500. Now,
correct.
So you're telling a story. You're going to people right now, and you're saying, "Please help me raise $3,500."
That is correct, and that'll help with 4 different agencies' books for them. So it's the Bear Foundation. It is the Boys and Girls Club also, because they have a lot of kids also that are in foster care. Well Root, which is formerly United Methodist Children's Ministry. And there's one more also. So that is the goal. So most of the funding will be for marketing, publishing, and distributing these books to these
children. All right, Martin, I cut you off there, but okay, what am I looking at on this page?
Well, the first part of Kickstarter usually has to do with the video that you want people to see, and then as you go scroll down or scroll up, you would see the story.
I'm Gloria J. Warren, author of Kai and Kyle, Siblings Living.
All right, so we go down the page,
and then you're looking at the storyline of what the project is, and Miss Gloria has her book illustrated. Usually you share some illustrations from the book. You're not going to share, all the pages because then why would somebody buy the book? So, but in this case, we chose to share 2 pages, and that hopefully significantly show what the work inside the book looks like. And then you have the section for the rewards. What are people getting when they pledge? So if they pledge, $25.
So you just don't get out feel good. Do you get a little something?
Yes, sir. Right. Exactly. Exactly. And every author, is different. They can choose. There's nothing that says you have to do it the way that Gloria's done it. There's nothing she has to do it the way somebody else has done it. It's just that's the thing that I think I like a lot about Kickstarter and these type of projects is that you get to put your personal stamp on it. And then hopefully, family and friends will be people that support you, and then outside donations from other entities or pledges. Like in my case, our goal is the 2,900 or 29 whatever it is, $2,900 and I think $40 that's necessary to make sure that Miss Gloria is fully funded. But our group, we're about Black solutions. And so this is the first project we're taking on as a group to fundraise for this, to make sure that we can say, look, we were able to fundraise as a group of 400 people to the place where we were able to get these books out to young people in foster care in Georgia. And, you'll see occasionally stuff happen that's good in Atlanta. Not a lot. You see a lot of hype or other things. So I would love to be able to have everybody's support to Miss Gloria's project, in addition to my group, because I think that Atlanta, especially right now, needs positive stories and
Yes.
that
Yes.
show that we care about others and not just ourselves or celebrity hype. we actually care about people who are not celebrities and people who are vulnerable. These children are very vulnerable. They need our support, and I'm just proud to be associated with her project.
Yeah, it's a great project, Miss Gloria. I hear stories after story after story about that, and I just can't even imagine, what a child goes through. But it looks like on your Kickstarter site, you really told the whole story. This is what you're giving me. This is what I'm going to do with it. This is what you're going to get. So you're telling the whole story. And I think that's what a lot of times when people are trying to use this crowdfunding, they're not telling a good story sometimes. But I think your story here about why you did it, I see you have. I'm going to bring it back up again because I was really bring it back up. But you just have everything. Like, what do you have over here on the right side here? Where I can just buy the book?
You mean the signed paper, and then
I see a pledge, like a pledge.
Right, $25 pledging, and buy one donate also, and then you have pledge of $40 as well, and of course signed copies, $54, and then you have a pledge of $75 here. And we have $85.
All right, keeps going up here. All right, you got plenty of ways to get.
Right. We really want to help these children out, because that's very important when they're transitioning to an unfamiliar environment. So this is why they have anxiety problems and abandonment issues.
So tell me this. Martin was saying earlier, you have to determine how long you're going to run your campaign. How long are you going to run your campaign?
Now, right now, it is until, I believe it's tomorrow is the last day. So we've got to really, work on getting these funds so that we can help these children out.
Now, Martin, tell me this. So if she runs a campaign and doesn't reach her goal, can she run another one? Or what are the rules to that?
Yeah, you can do another one. Yeah, there's nothing that stops you from doing another campaign. I think that what most people do is to regroup and figure out, some of the strategy that we're using is, like I said, my personal support group network. We're really interested in supporting Black initiatives. And so, but there's been other people that will try something a little different, because a lot of times you may not have a huge audience, of people. So one of the things that some people definitely do try is to link it to, let's say, their sorority or their association has like for instance, the Urban League. If you were launching your Kickstarter around an Urban League convention time, you might have a problem getting funded because you're going to a convention, right? And you're going to wear your T-shirt. And one of the things that you can definitely do is take a QR code, put it on a T-shirt, and have people just like, what's that? Oh, this is my Kickstarter program, and they click right on it.
Wow. So this is really something I never really thought about using it like this, but this is a great way to get your project funded and still help the community. That's what I really enjoy about Miss Gloria's project. It's not like she's like, help me pay my legal fees, help me get a new car. She's like, help me help you, help me help the community. Mm-hmm. And that's what you're saying, to start using the kind of Kickstarter type environment for. And you're building a group to do this?
No. So the group, no, it's around solutions. So like you're a solution. Miss Gloria will be a solution. So in our group, we'll have it's going to be a website that has left to right, and on the left-hand side will be solutions. And one of the solution categories will be foster care. Another solution category will be media. And so I'm sick and tired of people telling us, or we saying ourselves, that we don't have a solution. We have the problem, and we love to talk about how bad the problem is.
Right.
But so this group has been on LinkedIn for the last 2.5 years as something called Black LinkedIn. I'm pivoting members out the group into Black solutions. And so I'm doing that because I think that the core group, we'll say it's 1,600 people total, but the core group is about 400 to 500 people. And we are, very solution oriented folks. And we know that, like that, you can get something done. You just need somebody to, you need a project, one, and two, you need, So Black Solutions is a separate entity that I'm setting up, and as part of setting it up, and say, hey, we got to fund Miss Gloria. So I'm getting great response to it. I don't want to say, I'm not going to jinx it by saying nothing. I'm very so, like baseball players, they wear the same shirt every day, that's it.
So Miss Gloria, I want to give you time to kind of, you want to say some parting words to everybody? I guess I could play your video. Let's see what the video says. Hold on.
And in foster care children's book. Today, I'm excited to share my new project with you on Kickstarter. During my time as a CPS case manager and police officer, I often met children who endured physical, verbal, and sexual abuse from their caregivers. Those experiences fueled my passion to write this children's book. In the book, I address behavior challenges that children often face when placed in unfamiliar environments after enduring childhood trauma. Kylie and Kyle, siblings living in foster care book, brings a unique and powerful message to foster care children. You are not the product of your circumstances. You are loved, cared for, and capable of doing great things in life. Now here's how you can help bring Kylie and Kyle, siblings living in foster care book, to life. Join me on Kickstarter for this worthy cause. Your support will help us provide books, journals, and emotional support dolls for children in foster care. Every contribution helps us with these children. For your support, we have these rewards. For $25, receive a wristband and book. For $75, buy 2 books, donate 2 books. And for $500, 30 books to foster care organizations and an author visit. You can check out the rest of these rewards on our Kickstarter page. All Kickstarter supporters will join our virtual author meet and greet. Click below to give. And pre-order my book, Kylie and Kyle, Siblings Living in Foster Care. Thanks for your support.
All right, there. Did you do that yourself?
I did, with assistance from Mr. Martin. Of
course. All
right,
good deal. That was great. And I want to play the video because people don't realize that video is very, very important. It really tells the entire story where you can connect with the person. So I just wanted to play the video because I thought it was well done and you really told a great story. So, I want to give you a last opportunity if you want to say anything else before we get ready to wrap the show up. Okay. So anything left?
So just go out and just go and support the Kickstarter fundraiser. We really need your help to help these children out who are transitioning. It's a great tool for them, and you'll definitely be, planting a seed into a child and, making them a productive citizen. So go out, click on bit.ly/Kylie and Kyle and support this project.
All right. What about you, Brother Martin? Any last words?
No, I just wanted the audience to know about Kickstarter, and it has as an option As the world moves forward and we're going to get into some murky water in 2024, don't fret. We are the change and the solution that we need. We just need to talk to each other.
All right, so I need you to send me the information so I can send it to my network, how you can help them, because I really feel that it's very important to get your kind of help. So I want to thank both of you for coming on. I'm going to wrap it up and see you next time.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Talk radio show with your host, Mark E. Parham. It is our mission to provide you with the information you need to make educated decisions that will help you walk in your purpose. We are here every Monday evening starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. To be a guest or for more information, go to capbuildertalk.com. Please post comments on facebook.com/capbuildertalk. We hope you enjoyed the show.